You've got a fire in your belly, a passion to serve, and an insatiable drive to contribute. You know that if you can just get your message in front of the right people, you can change lives. But where to start? There are so many options, so many moving pieces. You get bogged down, overwhelmed, frustrated, while the burning desire to serve others consumes you. I know, I've been there. And these days I bring life-changing impact and value to people's lives through the creation of books, funnels, online courses and coaching programs, and virtual summits. This is the Call to Serve podcast. I'm Tim Cooper, and this is my journey. Have you found yourself stuck in a learning loop? Now, do you ever find yourself thinking, yeah, I'll just get started, but I've just got to learn this one more thing? And so then you go on and you do some more research, you do some more study, and then you find yourself going down this rabbit hole, because once you learn that one more thing, then you discover that you've got to learn another thing, and then you've got to learn another thing, and you never get started because you're always worried that you don't have all the answers and everything isn't laid out and clear in front of you, so there's no way you can get started and you've still got so much to learn. And look, this is a common problem. This is a trap that I've fallen into myself many, many times. But the problem is with just research, reading books, watching training videos and that sort of stuff. Sure, you gain knowledge, but the learning comes in the doing. And you will never have all the answers, and you will never know everything. And it's also when you're trying to work out all those contingency plans, trying to have everything in place for every possible thing that could go wrong. And so you labor away for hours, days, weeks, months, just thinking about covering every single possible problem that may pop up. And that's the point, may. How do you know? Like, you could be planning for something and spending a lot of time and energy and effort on something you foresee as being a possible problem that may never even eventuate. Learning new material is like, I'm a lifelong learner, okay? I love reading books, I love doing courses and that sort of stuff. I don't believe we can ever accumulate enough knowledge and then skill. And skill, the real learning comes in the doing. Because if you don't put what you have read or listened to into action, all that happens is you end up being a really smart, broke person. It is so important. You're going to get your real learning and your mastery, your competence, through putting what you have gleaned from books and audios and videos into action. And instead of spending time worrying about all the things you don't know, you can practice what we call just-in-time learning. And this way you can get along your path, you can move closer to your goals much faster. Because all you need to know is, say if you're just starting out and there's, say, 10 steps between you and your end goal, 10 steps between you and finishing your book, 10 steps between you and producing your online course, 10 steps between you and producing a challenge, summit, whatever it is. So the first 2 or 3 steps may be clear. Okay, you've done your research, you've acquired some knowledge, so you basically know how to start. You don't know how to finish yet, but you know how to start. And so you put what you know into action and you start. Okay? And then you get to step 4 and maybe, oh, okay, now I'm stuck. I don't quite know what to do here. At that point, then you will go off and learn about how to complete that particular step. And then when you acquire the knowledge that you need to move forward, you implement that and you move to the next step. So you are learning what you need to know as the need to know uncovers itself. So you're not there trying to learn everything, every possible thing, and going in and saying, yep, now well, I know what I'm doing now, I'm just going to go whiz through. Because I can assure you, no matter how long you've been doing this for and everything else, things change, like platforms change and all this sort of stuff. So something that you did back in 2018 doesn't work in 2022. And even to this day, like I've been involved in computers since 1985. I've been teaching people since, oh goodness gracious, even when I was a teenager, I was teaching kids how to play the flute and the guitar, but teaching professionally for organisations like Sports Medicine Australia and health colleges. I've been doing that since 2010. So a lot of experience, been immersed in marketing since 2015. So I've acquired a lot of knowledge about those subjects along the way, and I've also implemented that knowledge along the way. But still, to this day, I'll be working on something and I'll hit an obstacle, right? Because things change. Things today and tomorrow aren't the same as yesterday, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years ago. And so at that point, then yeah, I've got to go and research it out. Jump on YouTube, see if there's a video about that. Jump over here, do this. And then when I have got the answer to what I need to do, I complete that step. I go back, I implement it and do it. And so that's the important thing. I am all for learning, don't get me wrong. But if you don't apply what you learn or what you read, listen to or watch, then you're not going to move forward. You're going to be stuck. You're going to procrastinate. I don't know where to start, or I don't know enough yet. And that's just the death knell of your message and whatever you want to put out. What I do, what my approach to all this is that I do learn something new every day. As I said, I'm always reading books. I read at least a book a week, watching video training and that sort of stuff. So I'm learning new stuff all the time. But I will spend as much time implementing what I just learned as I did learning it. So if I read a book for an hour and there's something actionable in there, so it's not just a self-development theory type thing, but if there's something that is there to be implemented straight away, I will then turn around and implement that. If I watch a YouTube training video on how to use a particular web development platform or something or other, is going through all the technical steps, I'll watch that, and then immediately after that, I will go onto that platform and I will apply it. Because it's through the digital input system, these ones, digits, that you truly learn. That's where it really gets hardwired, when you do it yourself and experience it yourself. So sure, keep on learning. We must. Our learning should not stop when we finish college or university or school. We must be lifelong learners, because no matter how much experience you've got, how much knowledge you've got, there is still so much to learn. And the more you learn and implement, the more masterful you become, and then it becomes second nature, and your skills just expound. So leading on from that then, so get out of that learning loop. I've just explained how I get out of the learning loop, but the other thing is, start before you're ready. The planets will never align. You won't get, all the lights won't turn green for you before you leave the driveway. And so as long as you've got enough knowledge to get started, get started. And then only learn what you need to learn to progress. And that way you won't be spending a lot of time learning stuff that you may not even need to get to your end result. So it's a time thing, right? Time is the most valuable thing that we have. We can replace basically almost anything material in life, but we can never get our time back. So we want to get as much out of our time as possible and make as much impact and get our message out there as quickly as possible. So just start and learn what you need to learn to move to the next step, and nothing more. Don't go down rabbit holes. Have your end goal in sight and just focus, right? Blinkered only on that goal, and only do what you need to do to achieve that goal. Now, you may start working on another project, and you may find that you need to acquire some more information, some more knowledge, and that's fine. Just learn it as you need to learn it. Don't get yourself bogged down and swamped in procrastination and just in this constant study mode, because you're not helping yourself and you're not also getting your message out the way you should. Okay, so that's it, right? Spend as much time implementing what you've just learned as you did learning it, so that you really do the true learning. You hardwire it, learn through experience, learn through doing, and then start before you're ready, right? You will never know all the answers. I do group coaching calls, okay? And I'm not sweating going, oh my goodness, what happens if one of my students asks me something I don't know? I don't sweat it. No, 9 times out of 10, they don't. But if they do ask a curly question, something I don't know about, I go, yeah, that's a great question. And I don't have an answer for you right now, but I tell you what, I'll go research it, I'll look it up, and I'll either send you an email, send you a message, or we'll talk about it in the next coaching call. So the fact that I don't know everything in the world doesn't bother me. And I also tell you what, it doesn't bother my students, because I'm on a journey too. I'm not the guru on top of the mountain. I'm not there saying I know everything. And so that makes their goals more attainable too, because by you admitting, yeah, that's great, I don't have an answer for that, I'll find out for you, you're demonstrating, you're leading by example, going, you don't need to know everything before you start. You don't need to know everything before you start coaching people. You don't need to know everything before you start sharing. Just start sharing. And then you'll learn your most valuable information as you go. Your most relevant information, the information that people need. So that's it for today. I hope you found value in that. If you're watching this on YouTube and you did find value, please, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Give it a thumbs up. And if you've got any questions or feedback, please drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you're listening to this on another podcast platform and you found value and find value in this show, please follow and give it a review. That will help spread the word, get the wheels into motion. If there's a way for you to reach out to me on that platform, I'd love to hear from you. If not, I'm always available at tim@timcooper.au. That's tim@timcooper.au. I'd love to hear from you. Any questions, feedbacks, comments, got a question, I'll answer it in a future episode. Okay, so that's it for today. So until tomorrow, you take care.